Not everyone can hear the call that December brings, and that's for a reason. The chosen ones are not those who think they are special or superior, but those who are willing to look beyond what the eyes see. Being chosen is a matter of spiritual readiness, of being open to the new, the inexplicable, and the transformation that this month brings. Have you ever noticed that, while some people spend December worried only about the holidays, others feel restless, reflecting on life and what really matters? This restlessness is a sign that you could be one of those chosen ones. It's like an internal alarm, drawing your attention to what really needs to be rescued within you. But why do only a few listen to this call? Because it requires courage. Facing what December reveals is not comfortable. You will be challenged to let go of old patterns, to confront truths you have avoided all year, and to embrace changes that may seem scary. A practical example. You know that sudden urge to clean your house, get rid of objects that no longer have value, or even distance yourself from people who drain your energy. This isn't just a holiday craze. It is your soul responding to the call for renewal that December brings. If you feel like something bigger is trying to communicate with you, it's ready. The first step is to listen. Silence your mind, observe the signs around you, and trust what you feel, even if it doesn't make immediate sense. The chosen ones do not have all the answers, but they accept the journey of seeking them. December is not just the last month of the year. It's like a half-open door to the invisible. Have you ever felt like the things around you are more charged with meaning? Small signs, like that song that plays at the right time, or a coincidence so unlikely that it gives you goosebumps. This is the veil between the worlds becoming more subtle, allowing messages and energies from higher dimensions to cross into our plane. Think of a foggy morning, where everything seems mysterious and closer. December is exactly that for your spiritual perception. The rush of everyday life blinds us to these subtleties, but this month, these barriers weaken. This is why you may notice more symbolic dreams, or even feel the presence of something greater during moments of silence. Remember that time you had a feeling so clear it seemed impossible to ignore? Or when something inside you told you it was time to change, even for no logical reason? That's what we're talking about. The universe whispers louder in December, and it's up to you to be willing to listen. To connect, start by observing. The wind that changes direction, an animal that crosses your path, or that inexplicable feeling of peace or restlessness. Don't ignore it. This is the month where invisible answers are more accessible than ever. December is more than a closing of cycles. It is a test that the universe places before each of us. It is not a test with right or wrong answers, but a test to measure whether you are truly aligned with your spiritual mission. You may not realize it, but the decisions you make, the feelings you face or avoid, and the actions you choose are like pieces of a larger puzzle, revealing who you are and where you are spiritually. This test manifests itself in subtle ways. Have you noticed how December brings situations that seem to repeat themselves? Family arguments that resurface, postponed decisions that suddenly demand attention, or that emptiness that insists on confronting you on silent nights. These moments are opportunities in disguise, asking you to choose, evolve, or stay in the same place. For example, when you feel like giving up when faced with a difficult problem, how do you react? Do you resist the urge to complain and try to find a solution, or do you let your emotions consume you? This is the kind of divine test that December puts in front of you. He wants to know, have you learned enough this year to advance spiritually? Another common example is the need to forgive someone. It's no coincidence that old wounds feel more intense during this time. The universe is testing your ability to let go, to allow the new to enter without carrying the weight of the old. Pass the test by responding with presence, courage, and honesty. Ask the right questions. What does this want to teach me? Where am I sabotaging myself? December is a mirror. He doesn't lie. And if you look closely, You will see a reflection of who you are truly becoming. The end of the year carries an energy that goes far beyond the calendar or celebrations. December is a powerful cycle, where forces we spent the entire year ignoring emerge with intensity. It's as if time gained a new quality, full of closures, reflections, and a unique opportunity to rescue dormant energies. Think of the year as a spiral. Everything we experience, good or bad, is connected. December represents the closing point of the spiral, where everything converges. Here, the learnings that you avoided facing return to the surface, while the positive energies that you nurtured amplify. It's as if the universe is saying, "Are you ready to take the next step, or are you going to repeat your lessons next year?" But why do we forget this strength? Because we are distracted. We are more concerned with shopping lists, social commitments, and obligations than with the opportunity to adjust our vibration. This is why so many people arrive in January exhausted, without understanding that they could have used December to recharge themselves spiritually. Want a practical example? You know that desire to reorganize your life, clean out closets, end cycles, or even review plans that were left on paper. This is no coincidence. It is the energy of closure acting on you. When you connect with this force, you realize that it is time to conclude unfinished stories and free up space for what comes next. Regaining the power of December is simpler than it seems. Slow down. Take a moment to reflect on your achievements, your mistakes, and what needs to change. Don't treat this month as a simple ending. Treat it as a moment where the universe is most attentive to what you project for the future. Use this cycle wisely, because it is the energetic foundation for the next chapter of your life. December has a different magic, and you must have already felt it. Signs appear more frequently, dreams become more vivid, and intuitions emerge as unexpected answers. But why does this happen? It's no coincidence. This is the month in which the universe amplifies its communication with you. The barriers between what you feel and what you don't see become more tenuous, as if everyone's spiritual receiver is more sensitive. This sensitivity has a reason. December carries an energetic flow of closure and renewal. Think of it as a radio channel tuned to the right frequency. This is why dreams in December often carry important messages. Remember that dream that seemed strange, but left a feeling that was impossible to ignore? It could be an alert or even an answer to something you have been looking for. Intuitions also gain strength, like that sudden feeling that you need to change a route or call someone. Practical examples of this are common. Who has never suddenly thought of a person and on the same day received a message from them? Or did you have that feeling that something was going to happen and it did? December awakens this connection. What about inexplicable events? They are also not the work of chance. Maybe you found something lost at a key moment, or experienced coincidences so precise that they seem orchestrated. These events are nudges from the universe. Little nudges to get you to pay attention along the way. To better capture these signals, set aside time for silence. Meditate. Write about your dreams and follow your intuitions without fear. December is not just the end of the year. It's the month in which the universe speaks loudest, and listening can change everything. On an ordinary December day, you might be walking down the street, caught up in your routine, when something seems different. Perhaps an unexpected wind blows gently, cold and enveloping, or an unusual silence envelopes you for a few moments. You ignore it, thinking it's just another day, but what you felt was no coincidence. December is the month where the energetic portals open, and with them come the guardians, beings who watch over and control these passages to ensure that only those prepared can access what lies beyond. These guardians are not physical figures. They can manifest as strong intuitions, as challenges that test your resolve, or as inexplicable sensations that make you stop and reflect. Have you ever noticed how, in December, You feel called to slow down and pay attention to things that previously seemed insignificant. This call may be a guardian's way of signaling that you are close to accessing something greater. Imagine, for example, being stuck on a particularly difficult day and suddenly something unexpected happens. A sunset that seems more vibrant than ever, a song that plays just when you need to hear those words, or even a chance encounter that changes the course of your week. These moments are not simple coincidences. These are signs that the guardians are opening gaps for you to see what is needed to move forward. But they also challenge. To access the energies of December, authenticity and courage are required. The guardians do not allow you to carry unnecessary masks or attachments into the next cycle. They protect the doors of the invisible and ensure that only those who are committed to their own spiritual evolution pass through them. So, if on a day that seemed ordinary you feel something extraordinary, don't ignore it. Take a deep breath, listen, and ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? December is the month where portals open, but it's up to you to be willing to cross them. We are living in times when everything seems faster, denser, noisier. The world around us is flooded with information, distractions, and a constant sense of urgency. Without realizing it, you may be being disconnected from what really matters: your essence, your energy, your soul. This is why spiritual rescue is not only important, it is urgent. Think about how the simple act of starting your day has changed. You wake up and already feel the need to check your cell phone, answer messages, solve problems. This continuous pressure creates an energetic field that keeps us on alert, moving us away from silence and inner connection. Your natural frequency, the one that should be aligned with peace, love, and purpose, is being bombarded by stimuli that drain your energy without you realizing it. An example? You know that tiredness that doesn't seem to go away, even after a night's sleep, or the feeling of being disconnected without knowing exactly why? This happens because when you absorb vibrations from the outside world without balance, you lose contact with your own vibration. Collective energy, marked by fears, anxieties, and uncertainties, may be shaping your spiritual state more than you realize. Spiritual rescue is your chance to regain control. It's time to stop, breathe, and remember that you are not just a reflection of the chaos around you. Simple practices, such as meditating for 5 minutes, spending time in nature, or even listening to music that uplifts your soul, can begin to reverse the situation. December is the perfect setting for this. While the world outside seems to be preparing to close out the year in a rush, you can use this energy as a call to look within. The question the universe asks is, will you allow external energies to dominate your essence, or will you rescue your true being? The choice is in your hands. The December festivities, so full of brightness, music, and celebration, carry much deeper meanings than they appear. What we see as decorations and social rituals are, in fact, ancient symbols that directly touch the fibers of our soul. Lights, for example, are not just festive decorations. They represent the struggle of light against darkness, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is hope and renewal. Think of the warmth of a campfire on a cold night. This is the spiritual essence of the December lights. To warm our hearts, illuminate our paths, and remind us that within us there is also a spark that never goes out, even in the face of challenges. When you light a candle, decorate a tree, or admire the lights of a city, you are, consciously or unconsciously, connecting with this ancestral truth. And the colors? Red, for example, speaks of passion and strength, symbolizing the power to overcome the old and create the new. Gold reflects the divine light and spiritual abundance that is available during this period. Green reconnects us to life, nature, and the promise of rebirth, something that decorated trees reinforce by reminding us that life persists even in the harshest winter. Even union rituals, such as dinners and get-togethers, have spiritual roots. Sharing a table or a deep conversation during this period is a way to strengthen bonds and balance energies. It's no wonder that many people feel more inclined to forgive, renew relationships, or reflect on their connections during this month. The secret of the December festivities lies precisely in their simplicity. Behind the apparent materialism or rush, there's an opportunity to reconnect with light, colors, and others. Every detail of these celebrations is a silent reminder that even amid the chaos of the world, there is room for the spirit to shine. Look at the lights and parties with new eyes, allowing the true meaning to touch your soul. December carries a silent but powerful spiritual conspiracy that few realize. It is as if, behind the scenes of the visible world, opposing forces are in motion, competing for your attention, your energy, and most importantly, your vibration. On the one hand, the higher energies that attempt to awaken your consciousness, open portals, and align you with the deeper purpose of your existence. On the other, distractions and tensions that arise to block this process and keep you trapped in the density of the material world. Have you noticed how chaotic December can be for many? Commitments, demands, deadlines, and a feeling of rush that never seems to end. This excessive stimuli is not by chance. It's like a smokescreen that tries to obscure the true energy that pulses this month. The opportunity to close cycles, rescue your essence, and access higher levels of consciousness. A clear example of this conspiracy occurs when, in the midst of frenzy, you feel an inexplicable urge to stop, breathe, and disconnect from the outside world. This is the subtle energy trying to break the barrier imposed by the rush, asking you to return to yourself. However, the other side acts quickly, bringing new distractions, a notification on the cell phone, an unexpected appointment, or even a family conflict. What you need to know is that this conspiracy is not a fight between good and evil, but rather a call for you to consciously choose where you want to put your energy. Dense forces feed on your scattered attention, your fears, and your anxieties. The higher forces ask for silence, presence, and courage to let go of what is not essential. The key to winning this battle is awareness. When you feel like you're being swept away by chaos, ask yourself, does this really matter? Take moments to meditate, stargaze, or simply be present. December's spiritual conspiracy doesn't want to stop you from growing. She wants you to fight for your own awakening. And this silent battle, if won, transforms everything. Before we get into the depth of this topic, let me ask you, have you liked this video yet? This could be your first conscious action to release positive energy and help more people connect with this powerful message. Let's dive together into the key that can transform your life. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is more than a noble act. It is a powerful spiritual tool. When you forgive, you're not just relieving the weight of a hurt. You're breaking invisible chains that bind you to old patterns and blocks. Think of hurt as an anchor. As long as you hold it, it continues to pull you into the past, preventing you from moving forward. We often think that forgiveness is a gift for those who hurt us, but in reality, it is a gift for ourselves. Imagine carrying a backpack full of rocks. Each heartache is a stone that weighs and consumes your energy. The act of forgiving is like letting go of that backpack and feeling the lightness of living again. A real-life example of this is when you forgive someone who has hurt you deeply. Instead of reopening the wound every time you remember what happened, you begin to see the learning that situation brought. It is a process that frees you, empowers you, and opens space for new experiences and energies. If you feel like something in your life is stuck, whether it's a relationship, a project, or even your emotional health, ask yourself, is there something or someone I haven't forgiven yet? It could even be yourself. Start by recognizing your feelings, accepting them, and little by little letting go of the pain that holds you back. And remember, forgiving is not justifying the mistake, but freeing yourself from it. This is the true key to destroying old patterns and creating a new spiritual path. So, how about reflecting on this? And of course, if you haven't liked the video yet, this is the perfect time to be part of this journey and spread more light around. Sign up for our chosen community. This is the month of spiritual alchemy, the time when fears, doubts, and pain can be transformed into strength, clarity, and purpose. But how does this work? It's simple and profound at the same time. Spiritual alchemy is the ability to take that which seems heavy, negative, or paralyzing and transmute it into growth and evolution. Imagine the process of purifying a raw metal until it becomes gold. This is exactly what you can do with your emotions and experiences. Think about that fear that has been with you for years, or the doubt that prevents you from making important decisions. These feelings are not here to defeat you, but to be worked on and shaped into something stronger. For example, remember that time you faced a difficult time, and as you overcame it, realized that you became more confident and wiser? This is alchemy in action. December, with its energy of closure and renewal, is the perfect time for this process. It's as if the universe is giving you a spiritual furnace, ready to transform everything that weighs you down into fuel for your ascension. To begin, ask yourself, what is stopping me from moving forward? Identify your fears, your doubts, and instead of running away from them, face them. Use tools like meditation, writing, or even deep conversations with yourself. Remember, the first step in alchemy is recognizing what needs to be transformed. The final secret of December is this: it gives you the power to close cycles with wisdom and open new paths with courage. So why not take advantage of this unique moment to rewrite your story? Get started. And if this message touched you, leave your comment about what weight you want to transform this month. After all, together, we can become the gold that the universe knows we are capable of being.